What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And here I've showed you videos of employees at the Apple plant in China protesting. And there's not any manufacturing going on there at all. Well, here we see CEO Tim Cook said that Apple will build chips in the U.S. made in America for the first time in nearly a decade at the Arizona plant. And this comes after news he reported that they're looking to source them from there and they're looking to move and manufacture chips in the U.S. Now it's going to be a little more expensive because you obviously can't find anything cheaper than outsourcing your labor to foreign countries. And here is him talking about it in a video.
Expanding this work in the years to come. As many of you know, we work with TSMC to manufacture the chips that help power our products all over the world. And we look forward to expanding this work in the years to come as TSMC forms new and deeper roots in America. When you stop and think about it, it's extraordinary what chip technology can achieve. And now, thanks to the hard work of so many people, these chips can be proudly stamped "Made in America."
There you have it. Here, Adam's saying, for the resilience of the U.S. economy and workforce, I welcome this as a positive first step. Let's see Apple shift even more of its chip buying back to domestic manufacturers, but this time with U.S.-owned companies. Here we see Equifax CEO says we're already in a mortgage recession, probably the deepest we've ever seen per Reuters. So, folks, you're seeing it. Some people, I believe I was reading a quote that said, it was in the single digits, but they said that people were already basically defaulting or underwater in their mortgages. So it's just the beginning. Here we see millennials are the first generation to experience significant downward mobility, and it's not looking much better for Gen Z either. I'm not quite sure how as a country we reverse this trend, and we see here a chart that the chances that an American born in 1990 will earn more than their parents are down to 50% and declining. 1940, the same figure was 92%. Worker productivity has skyrocketed since the 70s, yet worker pay has stayed more or less constant. You see, productivity has been going up since the 40s, but the hourly compensation is basically flatlined. See, cumulative growth in income by income group, top 1%, has gone up, and then the other groups are relatively flat in comparison. There you go. And this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and Bureau of Economic Analysis. This is the Congressional Budget Office. So this is where these charts are coming from. Here, smart meters, smart cars, smartphones, smart cities, smart everything. The word smart refers to self-monitoring, analysis, and reporting technology. Smart illusion of safety and convenience, but actually it's about tracking us or tricking us into digital control and surveillance. And if you think about it, it's tracking everything about you. So here is Tim talking about having private security, and that whether people want to realize it or not, the cohesive structure, he says, is over. People don't want to believe it. And here's the North Philly owner says he has enough violent crime at his gas station, so he hired these men to protect his customers and the store. And there you see sitting outside of his store to make sure everything's okay. So, okay. Here we see Bill Gates is not only owning the most farmland in America, he was also taking control of the global production and warehousing of seeds. And it far exceeds any of these other countries, let alone corporations or industries. Okay. Here you see an interesting take on Elon, and where I'm telling you, you got to be careful with these things.
So we're going to have to consider new ways of thinking about these problems, like a universal income.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income.
Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux ou dans nos topos Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital.
It goes in your skull, replaces a piece of skull, and the wires then connect within a few centimeters or about an inch away from the device. I mean, frankly, to sort of simplify this, what we're, I mean, it's more complicated than this, but it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
The carbon tax, if it's politically adoptable, if that can practically happen, a carbon tax at quite a high level that, you know, has some resemblance to the green premiums for these products, so it'd have to be like $100 to $200 a ton, that sends out the clear market signal.
So we need to go from having untaxed negative externality, which is effectively a hidden carbon subsidy of enormous size, $5.3 trillion a year, according to the IMF, every year. We need to move away from this and have a carbon tax. Talk to your politicians, ask them to enact a carbon tax.
Elon met with biotech companies.
And so that's when you see, well, you got to be careful in who you think is a savior or not, because it may seem on the surface like, oh, this is good, you know, this is finally someone, but is leading or speaking up. But in reality, are they? Things to think about. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.